Laura J. Hamilton here on the 29th of November 2019 in my grandparents' kitchen. I am so beyond grateful to be able to use such a beautiful space and to have my cat live with us, my family of 4. Fur babies are nothing less, although they're not quite the same either. They don't require half the effort, even a fraction of parents. Oh my god. Like my brother and his wife Charlotte have little Alexander, and it's just like, dear God, everything goes towards the child. Kathleen and Renee have Caden and Travis, like my near ones and dear ones that have ones. Your world entirely changes. It's like a baby changes everything. Well, so does a creative baby when you're in the process of giving birth to it. And you're living where you've been since you were 7 years old and lived next door. And then went and traveled the world and then came back, lived in Paris for a bit after moving into my dad's, the golden nucleus I called the room I painted gold, my brother's childhood bedroom. Like, family is so huge in my life, and yet because I was addicted to marijuana, which sounds ridiculous in my mind because it's like, who gets addicted to marijuana? Like, who gets addicted to weed? Well, a lot of people that are in Marijuana Anonymous, like the same as Alcoholics Anonymous. And I've not been through the 12-step program, and I'm really curious to learn from a user perspective, and then to also acknowledge that, hey, you know what, sometimes we, don't do our best, and we forgive ourselves and have to move into the next now moment, releasing ourselves from the past where we messed up. Well, this morning, I messed up. Julia. My papa built these cupboards. What an amazing man. Oh my god, I love my grandparents so much. Anyway, I went out into the bunkhouse this morning, and this book I get from my library, A Mood Apart, The Thinker's Guide to Emotion and Its Disorders by Peter Wybrow. But I also then saw Tom Morris's If Aristotle Ran General Motors. And I was like, oh my god, that sounds amazing. And then I found this in the pile, The Mother Tongue English and How It Got That Way, which is directly connected to the English that I teach every morning, nearly, to at least one child in China, my little students. They're so precious. They're learning English, and how or who am I not to push myself to become better when that's what I came here for? It's like the more skills we have in our toolbox of resources that we can pull on energetically when we need it, the better, right? And so then the journey within A Spiritual Path to Recovery, Ruth Fischel, really? Like, when I'm literally before this listening to my mental health and addictions concurrent disorders, or concurrent diagnosis, I guess. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's on Udemy. Today's the last day, FYI, that you can go on and get it for ridiculous cheap, like Black Friday, $12.99. Really? I signed up for 15 courses. It's going to take me like hours. But how many hours do I listen to YouTube videos of people doing tarot cards when all you really need to do when you're looking for a message is just click on the video where you feel compelled? I call it viewing roulette. It's like, where are you called to listen, and then listen for that insertion, and then how you're going to apply it and leave it so that you don't get overwhelmed and inundated with information, and instead get the nugget that you need to go into yourself deeper. And then surround yourself with people that are able to actually ask you those questions. People, that read books, that go within, that understand others by understanding ourselves. And then I found all of these for Papa because he's literally one of the smartest men that I know. but he didn't go beyond grade 8, and so he's never fully valued his own knowledge. He's just used it and thrown it out and played Jeopardy every night for 86 years, so like 60, 70 something years. He's an amazing, amazing man, and I am so grateful that the three of us have had the opportunity to fly together. Truly. These last 2 years, even though because of my addiction to marijuana. Whoops, sorry, boo. Oopsies. Sorry, honey. Yes. He likes to play hard to get. So it's time to enter into my basement. My basement abode. Little Julius goes to his food. Hey, boo. And then it's unfinished and I need to finish it. But I've prioritized other things, as we all do. It's like the light comes in, but if it's a blockage, it can't really go beyond that, and so then it just stays up top instead of filtering through. Because if we're blocked, if we're disconnected from the reality of our own energies, we're not connected to the realistic evidence appearing legit in tomorrow's yesterday that we have capacity to be through our creativity. Don't tell me that wasn't intentional. Don't tell me that wasn't intentional. Don't tell me my little girl wasn't looking for something that she didn't know how to give to herself, and so she took on what other people wanted her to do. She ate the right apple from the Garden of Eden. We have all punished ourselves for not knowing better. How could we? We gotta know. Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. Oh, oh, we gotta go. Oh, oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We got to go. We gotta go. We gotta know who we are. We gotta know who we are. We have to know who we are. We gotta know who we are and who's to. We gotta know that as much as you believe in something outside of you, you are still the son of the mother and the father and the mothers and fathers that came before them, and so we must know that we are all connected to our history. It's time for us to accept that we have to know better and then actually do better. We have to do better. If we don't, we have to pay. You gotta pay to play. You can't just say you have to look after me. I don't need somebody to look after me. I'm fully competent, and they will ask you if you are, or they will say you're not. The Mental Health Act is like the modern day witch hunt. If you have anything other to believe than what those around you believe, oh, oh yeah, it is possible for somebody to hold you hostage to put you away and tell you that you're crazy. Well, yes, I may be cray-cray, but cray-cray just means different, and certainly I don't know if the world could handle more than me. But let me tell you that there is something that you must know, and Julius, he has so much to teach us, my baby. I love this cat, he is my prince, and yeah, he is my boy. Oh, I love you, my Julius. Hey, I love you, Julius Romeo. Romeo, oh, 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 oh. He's just looking for his escape, man. He's just like, Mom, come on. I like you most of the time. I'm just not interested right now. Fine. Except for he wants my attention, just on his own terms. But who doesn't? Too many of us are trying to control others, control the forces outside of ourselves. We are trying to say that they must do or say, be this. But whose place is it to tell anyone else who or how to live? Who has the authority to say that you are a planet and I am a planet? I'm Planet Laura, your planet, your name. And then Earth is planet Earth, yes? Well, who's had the most testing? You, me, or her? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, collectively, between all of humanity, she's still been around longer. Although collectively it would compound, so technically humanity would have the credit. However, we would only get the credit if we came together. And that's what this time calls for us to do. That's the intention of this message. It is time for us to unite. It is time for us to find our own song. It is time for us to start dancing and singing and just finding our words. Like Nicki Minaj, baby. She's got some dirty lyrics, but she's clean with them. Out. So yeah, right? What happens if we just let ourselves dance and have fun and feel the joy of movement and emotion? What would happen? It'd be pretty miraculous. It would be amazing, in fact, if we all just chose to allow ourselves to be ourselves as long as it didn't hurt anyone else. What the Addictions and Mental Health program has been reminding me of, and has some really powerful music videos, actually, with messages that are significant, that are deep, that are resonant. love that cat. He was the hardest part of leaving Canada. I was gone for 3.5 years. I lived in England. I came home twice a year too. I was very blessed. My nickname, in fact, was Easy Life. Yeah, it literally. I was given a huge opportunity in my early 20s to live in England with a wonderful man and his kids on weekends when we had them. And I got to grow up super quick and live in a foreign country and basically have to completely start a new life in a country where I knew no one except for my new boyfriend, who was 18 years older as well and had an ex-wife and 2 kids. So, that was a lot of, baggage to take on. And I did it because I loved him and I loved the idea of the life. And I lived the life for 3.5 years, and then I left. But the interesting thing is that he had his mother sectioned, and it's such a huge part of his story and how he went into the mental health field from an empowering perspective and learned from the best and paid ridiculous amounts of money. Paid a lot. But just careful of how you position and weigh your values. Because if it's a ridiculous amount of money, then that's out of reach. That's too much. Why would you even want that much? It would be like the overflow would then drown you. How does that work? Anyway, he had his mother sectioned, and then I ended up sectioning myself of sorts in a dramatic affair that I'll tell another time because it's been 20 minutes and I value and appreciate your time. And if you like this message, please comment below. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to know what you felt. I want to know what you were curious about. I want to know what you feel. I want you to tune into your emotional high rise of awareness to understand what you are feeling, and then how to just work one emotion up at a time instead of trying to go from 0 to hero. It's just too much. But if we can slow it down, if we can make it bite-sized, if we can make it digestible, it's a lot easier to comprehend and then to integrate. Because we have to integrate after we've burned up. When the old us is died a suffering death, burned at the stake like the witches of Salem and all the other places that burned empowered women who had an alternative perspective like I would have been. If in years past I had have shared a message like this, I would have absolutely been picked up. Even doing something like this in front of other people, it's just oh my god, that's so embarrassing, Laura, what are you doing? And it's just you're too much. I recorded videos of 4 Facebook Lives when I was in the hospital. I was in my gown, I was sharing my perspective, I had comments with hundreds of people, a lot of people. There were 1,500 views on these videos. And when I left the hospital, I kept them. And then basically after 11 days of being out and being in the same spot and not knowing what to do, I said, I just don't want to be here. It's too hard to start over. I have no idea what to do if I can't do what I've been trying to do and just haven't fully pushed out yet. It's just I'm in the 16th hour, and 17th is the 17th hour is when I'm going to actually give birth to the new me. Anyway, I sectioned myself, and that ended up changing my world too. So no doubt, and not to diminish his experience, because everyone experiences mental health, and how we have to actually deal with when somebody wants to hurt themselves or someone else bad enough that they would actually do it. We have to protect society, right? But far too many people are being protected from people that don't need to be protected in the way that they have previously. We need to just create communities spaces where we can come together and not be alone anymore. It's like room sharing with other people that are similarly minded or goal oriented. And it's just like, why don't individuals live nearby each other? Like, that is an awesome idea in my perspective, in my mind. But anyway, this is Molly. Molly was my childhood dog, by the way. She was an absolutely beautiful angel. Loved that dog. The whole family did. She died on my brother's birthday party, and I gotta save that story, but it was the very first time in my entire life I wanted to punch somebody. And I'll share about Molly's death another video. And in the meantime, say, comment below, share. I could go on forever, probably. I love talking. I love asking questions. I love listening. I love being present. And for that reason, today, this morning, when I went out and grabbed those books, it was my last time for the year of smoking, which isn't good for you anyway, but I didn't have anywhere to go, and for whatever reason I wanted to go out into the bunkhouse to find all those books, so hopefully Papa will read them. And certainly I found a couple that I can do some book medicine with, which is the same as the video medicine. It's the book medicine is just flipping to the page of where you need to get the message. So, for instance, a moment of contemplation. So take a moment to breathe into the image of the castle and to rise out of the heavy mental plane. Breathe your awareness out of your mind and throughout the full energy field of your body. Feel the power your mind has over you, how much authority that rational voice carries within you. It can drown the soft whisper of your soul, but your mind is a precious gift. Imagine its energy aligned with the vision of your soul. Breathe easily. Be still. Remind yourself that you are in the third mansion of your castle. You are preparing for mystical consciousness. Know that you can limit the influence of reason and logic over you. You can experience a transcendent force of love that embraces the whole of humanity, transforming the individual heart into the heart of the sacred. Do not fear the loss of familiar ground beneath your feet. You never lose ground through mystical vision. You only see more and become more. This is the nature of the illuminated path. The entry prayer, so you can use it anytime. I cross the bridge into the silent bliss of my castle. I close the drawbridge and forbid all outside influences from entry into this holy place that is my soul. Here in my castle I am alone with God. Under God's light and companionship I discover the depth and beauty of my soul. I embrace the power of prayer. I open myself to divine guidance. I surrender myself to become as a channel for grace, healing, and service as God directs my life. The rooms of reason. The first room would be the next piece of this. And there are evidently, how many rooms? 7, 9th. Oh, and then the archetypal desert in the soul. Oh my God, how is it possible to just keep going and going and going and going? It's because life is so abundant with opportunity. We could go down rabbit holes in any which direction. And we have to really listen to our heart. We have to listen to why we still want to listen to this video, even though I don't have any makeup on and it's like my bed is not made, but my teaching corner is quite beautiful, actually. I've made that space lovely for my morning classes. And it's like I'm doing my best to get myself back on track and needed time away from sharing my energy with others to be able to replenish my own well and then be able to reapproach others in a way to say, hey, okay, yes, let's play. It is so important to play. We must play together, nicely, in the sandbox of life. And I created a Facebook group. I would love for you to join and share with your friends as well. So be sure to tag at least 3 friends below that you want to share the group, A Space Where Misfits Fit, a home for soulful seekers with. So the group itself on Facebook is called A Space Where Misfits Fit, a home for soulful seekers, the ones that want to come home to themselves, that want to understand the archetypes and entry prayers and sacredness, a moment of contemplation. It's like we have so many opportunities. Oh God, we could go down so many rabbit holes. We have to choose the one that makes us feel most peaceful, which is passionate, enthusiastic, authentic, clear-minded, encouraging. We have to understand it's about finding our tribe. That's why I joined the Space Where Misfits Fit, a home for soulful seekers on Facebook. Find your tribe, others who are like you, think similar thoughts, but, related values. Think different thoughts, but have related values. It's like your foundation is relatively close. It's like, this is the tribal home base of my family's BS. The belief systems that we have passed down for generations. And I haven't passed on yet because I haven't had any. Like, it just has stopped with me. And he's not overly influenceable. He just wants to hang out and lick himself. But who wouldn't if you could, right? Oh my God. My grandparents are up. I'm going to go upstairs. Comment below. Share what your thoughts are. Join the Space Where Misfits Fit. I'll share the ULL in another video. And then I will go into those other rabbit holes we didn't get to this time. But I also will talk about mental health and my own diagnosis and what I've learned through going through the system from personal experience and how that possibly relates to you. So comment below. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Laura J.E. Hamilton, and I will look forward to getting to know you in a deeper way through the Facebook groups. Keep the messages to the Facebook group, and we can absolutely get to know each other that way. In fact, one way to seek a sense of the sacred and personal revelation is to ask, for what reason was I born? What is the greater purpose and meaning of my life? How am I meant to be of service? Ask yourself those questions. And your highest purpose is never a matter of title, power, wealth, and goods, as hard as that is for the ego to accept. Your highest purpose is what your soul can accomplish in union with your ego and God, not in opposition to them. You must stop fighting against things. Even Mother Teresa said, invite me to an anti-war rally? No way. I am not going. I will never attend an anti-war rally. But host a peace rally and I will be there. It's like, don't fight against what you don't want. Anti-everything doesn't work. Anti-anything doesn't work. Because the emphasis is still on the problem. And it's like, with having gone through the system and then broke down and not known how to get my message out there in a way that wouldn't take another 2.5 years of my life when I'm still living in my grandparents' basement, it's like, I really need to just like look after myself and just like get onto the path, and I need to finish this book, but like I lost the confidence and then all the pressure to go and get a job, and it's just like, God, I've been working on something for 2.5 years. Like, I've been getting my PhD in the School of Life. It's just like, my book will be my thesis. It's like, I have been learning so much daily, except for periods of time when I didn't grow so much because I was just so in the cycle of addiction, actually. And it's not just addiction to substance, it's addiction to problems generally. And that's what we are as a culture, which the culture is the cult you are. Right? Think about it. We are not taught what to think. We're not taught how to think. We're taught what to think. We are not taught how to think. We are taught what to think. It's like, here's the book, here's the Bible, and this is what you must believe. And I can't tell you how many times I have had an undivided heart. I can tell you. No, I can't. I have no idea. Let's read. They worshiped the Lord, but they also appointed all sorts of their own people to officiate for them as priests in the shrines at the high places. They worshipped the Lord, but they also served their own gods in accordance with the customs of the nations from which they had been brought. Those were the kings. And or 2 Kings 17:32 to 33. But they worshiped the Lord, but they also appointed all sorts of their own people to officiate for them as priests in the shrines at the high places. So that is actually what the cross is about. The cross is the higher self. But previously, the cross represented the church, and you needed to have the church in order to get to God. You needed the church and the priest or minister or whatever official leader of your chosen establishment was. You needed their permission. You needed them to enter into those higher states. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but like I haven't thought about anything that I'm going to say in the 34 minutes this video has been playing. And the same is true for you when you can be in flow and just trust yourself and let go of control. Stop trying to control the external circumstances and where you need to be next at a certain time. Look how the lights change. Wow. Playing with light, man. It's real fun. Why don't we just... How fun. Okay, I'm really going to go this time. So, sending you massive amounts of love. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Comment below, please, and thank you. And have a great day. Laura J. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.